Welcome to April's NEFA Member Spotlight. I am joined today by Linda Tiers, Vice President of Baystone Government Finance. Thanks for joining me, Linda.
Thank you, Jesse. Always a pleasure to sit down with one of your fireside chats. So thanks for having me.
No, and this is the second time I've had you on here, so that privilege is all mine. And thank you again. I know we mentioned earlier, we were joking around a little bit. Your hairstyle's changed a little bit since last time, so I don't recognize as much of the tree behind you as 12 months ago.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, my life tree or whatever this art is called. Before, when I didn't have any hair, it looked like I had looks like the tree was my hair. So glad to say I am back to my normal hairstyle. And yeah, so it's been a fun year of getting back to normal for everything. I mean, everything personally, everything for, conferences and getting back into the swing of things. Hopefully we're all going to be able to put COVID behind us and pitch those masks once and for all.
Amen to that. I'll leave it at that.
I know.
So real quick, Linda, do you mind just kind of introducing Baystone to the people that are watching this?
Sure. Baystone Government Finance is a division of KS State Bank, and we are a family-owned bank located. Our headquarters is out of Manhattan, Kansas, and we have branches in Scottsdale as well as all over the state of Kansas. The government financed it. Well, the bank itself was chartered in 1969 by Phil Howe, and then in around 1986, 87, they had the thought of getting into government finance, and so that's really, the birth of our government finance division. I came on with the team in 1991, so this has been my entire career, and absolutely wouldn't change it for the world. It's a fantastic bank to work for, but we specialize solely in state and local municipal transactions, work throughout the United States. Over the years, we have really expanded, and funded. I think last year we funded around $250 million and around, gosh, I think it was like 1,500 deals. So we have come a long way from when I started and having, a 2-drawer filing cabinet and, using the old thermal fax machine. So times have changed for the better, and it's a great organization.
Thank you for that overview. And, one of the reasons that we're doing these monthly spotlights with members like yourself is to talk about NEFA and the value that the association brings to individuals like yourself and your organization. So if we can just kind of talk, like, how long has Baystone been a member of? I'm assuming it goes back to the EAEL.
Right. Definitely UAEL.
Yeah.
I started originating in 98. And so that was the first time that I personally had started attending the conferences, and that's when it was UAEL. And then obviously morphed into NEFA over the years. So I think we had attended and become members a few years prior to 98. So, the organization itself, aside from, the professionals that gather at these functions, it really is all about the idea sharing, not only to, get some business done, but just making those connections. And even if, I go to a conference and we don't take away, several deals from that particular conference, it's all about, you're still out there, you're letting people know you're still in the industry. And lo and behold, I'll get a call a couple months later. Hey, so-and-so told me that, you were the best source to call, or someone to call from Muni. So it's really just staying active. Chad and Blair and their entire team, as I previously mentioned, they have just been phenomenal. I mean, obviously Chad took over, pretty tumultuous time, trying to figure out how to maneuver through the, virtual conference. It was all new to all of us. And so, he really took the bull by the horns, and I think he's done an amazing job. And, again, like we discussed, the recent NEFA conference in Huntington Beach, making the move from Newport to Huntington Beach to that fantastic resort. It was so seamless that I don't know how they did it, but they do an amazing job from top to bottom. So I heard nothing but fantastic accolades for that conference. So yeah, the conferences are just a small portion, of the association that I feel is beneficial. Again, the idea sharing the educational information, whether it's the CLFP, education, just, the friendships and the camaraderie. I mean, it's all priceless. So, some of us always joke, it's like, gosh, I don't know what I would do if I didn't have my NEFA family. It is really exciting to look forward to. So I am so thrilled that we're all back into the swing of things. The regional conferences, that's another thing that I think is fantastic that they offer. You've been on the ice fishing event several times. I went this past February.
Yeah.
It's always a good event. This year, I think, was the best one I've been to.
Oh, great. Of course, the only one that I missed.
I know. And I don't want to brag, but you missed it, Andy. But yeah, and then they'll always have usually the Royals event that's in our backyard at Kauffman Stadium. And then some, the Minnetonka tour in the summertime and the Crab Fest. And they really, top to bottom, do a fantastic job keeping everyone active and informed. So, that and Newsline, there's just so much that I think the association has to offer. So it's a good group.
And I agree. And also, I think the Women in Leasing lunch originated with your core group of ladies, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I would, I am certainly not going to take the credit for, the birth of that, but, between Marcy, Sherry Lipsky, Kim King, and some others, I don't want to forget anybody's names, but we did snap a picture at the ladies' luncheon just recently that was the core group that started it. And I can't remember how many we had at the last luncheon. I think it was upwards around 70. And if we had 12 back, 25 years ago, it would have been, a pleasant surprise. So it is really fantastic to see so many women engaging. Again, it's just a sign of the times that it makes you so excited to, get together and share those ideas.
Oh, and absolutely. And regarding that recent conference, that was all Chad and Blair. Like Amy and I may have been the chairs. When Chad texted me and told me we lost our hotel, I'm like, what do we do? He's like, I got it. I'm like, okay, you got it. Like,
they were calm, cool, and collected. I know, because I think that it was even being discussed in I think it was being discussed and brought up when we were in Minnetonka for the ice fishing event, and they were saying how the resort, I think it was the Marriott at Newport, was still under construction, and so they were having.
There was no bar. It's like, nope, sorry.
That's a deal killer right there.
It's not me, it's you.
So yeah, they did. They pulled that off. So yeah, I have nothing but the utmost confidence. And the other thing, not that it is a huge bonus, but I think that the association itself, the cost versus return is incredibly good. I mean, I think for whether you're a broker, a service provider, funding source like ourselves, whatever the case may be, it really is a beneficial cost. I mean, it's very reasonable. It's affordable. So I think that also makes it attractive, for everybody on every level to, get in.
Yeah. And I'll add one more thing to that from a personable attention of what NEFA you get when you go to a NEFA conference. And there's nothing against ELFA. I mean, I've been a member of both organizations since I've been in the industry for 17 years. But you just seem like you have more personable connections. It's like literally like work, but like you mentioned earlier, it's a family. And that's what keeps you going back. And even if you're competing with some of these people, everyone seems to put their arm around you and welcome you to this space.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I, Jerry and Jamie, I know every time I went, to a conference, and it wasn't just me, it was absolutely everybody. I mean, first name basis, how are you? How's your family? So yeah, and I think that Chad has stepped right into that role. Blair, she really took over from Kim, which was, tough shoes to fill. But yeah, it is. They make you feel at home. They make you feel like family. We had one of our newer employees join me for the last conference, and I really think that, for new members, I think that they are very welcome. And between the first timers, reception, and everything else, I think that everyone just does their equal share in inviting those new people. The more the merrier.
Well, and to this point, like, I antagonized you when I came on this interview with this shirt on, thinking, I'm like, okay, is she gonna hang up when she sees me or not? And you're still cool, calm, cool, and collected.
That's right. Hey man, I love Huggy. I mean, as far as the football team, I don't know what you guys got up your sleeve this year, but we'll see. We've got some new guys coming in, so I don't know. It's anybody's game. I'm always up for a little wager though, so you just let me know once that time rolls around.
We'll have to figure that out, and I'll let you set the wager, as long as it's not too embarrassing. But
sounds good. Dinner like we did down in New Orleans again. I think that's
yeah. There you go. There you go. So when people are watching this and they're on the fence of why they should potentially join NEFA, Linda, what advice would you give them?
Well, I first of all would say, give it a shot. And I personally feel that, it is worth every penny, to join, with so many options available to help grow your business. If it's not a good fit, it's not a good fit. But I really think that you can't go wrong by joining the association and, checking out all of the nuances and everything that's available. It is so much. I'm sure I've only touched on a fraction of it. So, but yeah, give it a shot. I think NEFA is a fantastic organization. I hope it's around for many, many years to come. And, up until the time I'm in a walker, I'll still be going.
Got a long time to go before that happens.
And
if you're at a regional event or a conference, you see Linda or you see myself, don't hesitate. Just walk up to us. Tell us who you want to meet. Chances are we pretty much know everybody.
Absolutely. I'm more than happy to, help with newcomers and always greet the existing ones. So absolutely. I'm not shy. I've never been accused of that.
Nope. Same page.
Absolutely.
Well, I appreciate your time today, Linda, and look forward to seeing you at one of these upcoming regional events. Have a great day.
Sounds good, Jesse. You as well.
All right. Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.